boy! Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another Gors Recent Pickups, and this episode will, I'm telling you right here, contain my best pickup for any yard sale ever. There you go. I'm going to start it off real strong right here. Last year, I found a lot of Genesis games, a lot of really good titles, and I found an Atari 5200 for only like 20 bucks. That was one of my best pickups. And recently, I've picked up a lot of really awesome stuff. Last Gors Recent Pickups, I picked up Haunting Ground for like half the price it usually is. So, I've been getting a lot of good stuff recently and in the past. So, for me to say this is probably my best pickup from a singular place, or a singular yard sale, I should say, hey man, that's pretty good. So, let's get to it, okay? And you know what? I did something that I never usually do. And I know a lot of YouTubers that collect video games, they do this, but I never usually do this. But this time I did. This time I thought about it while I was at the yard sale, and I actually recorded a little bit of footage of me finding the stuff that I found. So you know what? It's going to be probably a quick episode. So let's get straight to the footage, and you'll see a little glimpse of what I found at this yard sale. This was also the last yard sale I went to, too. It was getting late in the day, and I'm surprised, and it was on a Sunday, too. I was surprised this stuff was here. So anyway, take a look at the about 30 to 40 seconds of footage, and also enjoy my lovely legs and my black socks. I'm sure someone's going to talk. Did you enjoy that glimpse of what I got? Yeah, I got some good stuff, and I'll tell you right here, I paid, for 15 things, I paid $55. Now, that might seem a little bit too much, but considering they wanted $5 for each game, and that is really good price for pretty much all of these. You know, that's at least 25% of what it's actually worth, at least. And I'll tell you a couple that are definitely worth way more than that. But the least it's worth like at least 4 times $5, 20 bucks. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I found some awesome stuff that you probably saw there, and if you're a big collector, especially for Saturn, you probably already recognized a couple of them. So it wasn't $5 because, you know, I said $55 and they're each $5. It was actually, I did the math, it actually ended up being $3.67 for each game. I got her to lower the price a little bit. Pretty much give me a couple games for free. That's pretty much what she did. So, let me show you what I got. I'm going to tell you right here, 4 N64 games, 1 PS2 game, 1 in-the-box Genesis game, 1 brand new Gameboy Color game, 1 PS1 game, and 6 Saturn games. So there you go. Let's get to it. I hope that's 15, because I remember counting them and they were 15. I think that is. Yeah, I think that's 15. If it's not, then I got more than I said. So anyway, let's get to it with the N64 games. Again, I spent $3.67 on each game. So the first one being Yoshi's Story, which is a nice, clean cartridge. Look at that. This usually goes, I'll tell you the prices. This usually goes for around 20. It does have, someone wrote the name on it, which I get. You know, I used to do that too when I was a kid. Yoshi's Story, that goes for around 20 bucks. Next, for $3.67, Paper Mario. This goes for around $30 to $40 right there. You know, I've seen 35, I've seen 40. I've seen 30 also, but this is a nice clean copy, except this freaking thing, this Blockbuster sticker, which kind of sucks. These are really hard to take off. I know, because I used to buy games from Blockbuster and have this sticker on it. I think I still have some games that have the sticker on it, like old N64 and maybe even PS1 games. So there you go, Paper Mario, $3.67 for that. Next, this game, like 2 years ago, was worth like 60 to 70 bucks. It has dropped down in value. I'm not sure why exactly. I think because of reproduction carts that have been coming out. A lot of those have been coming out for older games that are rarer to get. But this is an original copy. It is a little bit dirty. I might have to clean it up a bit. But I think it's more just like sticker residue. This is Snowboard Kids 2. You probably saw that in the video. That was one of the games I definitely showed. Because that, I really thought it was still worth 60 or 70, but it's still worth around 40 to 50, especially an original cartridge like this. And these are in nice condition, and all the games are in nice condition. So I'm just figuring the guy, it was a woman that was selling the games, but it was her son's games. So I'm assuming her son really kept good condition of his stuff, because every disc is like, maybe not flawless, but pretty damn close. So anyway, Snowboard Kids 2. And the last game, again, for 367 was Banjo-Kazooie. So I had to get those. I'm not a big N64 collector, but I do have a nice little collection of those, and these are definitely going to stay in it. Alright, so let's move on to the PS2 game, which is another game that actually went down in price, sadly. Oh, by the way, Banjo-Kazooie is like a $20 game, and Snowboard Kids 2, like I said, 40 or 50. So this game, it was on PS2. It does not have the booklet, sadly, but this is a game I've been tracking down for so long and hoping I would get a really good price for it. And I did. Got it for $367. No booklet, sadly. And also, it went down in price. It used to be like a $35, $40 game, but now it's not. This is Dark Cloud 2. And I think that's because this game went on to PS4 backwards compatibility. Well, not backwards compatibility, but you could buy it off PS4 and play it. Which I did. It was on sale. It was like $10. So I bought it. So if I ever play this game again, I will be playing it on PS4. But it's nice to have a copy of my own. Very nice looking box. Kept good condition of his stuff. No manual, sadly. There was a bucket of like a bunch of manuals too, so I was hoping it was in there, but it wasn't. But the disc is actually in pretty nice condition. There's a couple of light scratches, but you won't be able to tell on this camera. Yeah, trust me, I guess. Good condition copy, and that'll definitely be, there you go, a good addition to my PS2 collection, which is pretty nice, I would say. You know, I got Haunting Ground, I got Rule of Rose, you know, I got all good shit. But I don't got that Kuon though. Shit. So anyway, next is the Inbox Genesis game. I almost shit my pants when I saw this because I love this game. And I know a certain Samuel to Geek on YouTube, which I'm sure is not watching this video, loves this game too. In the box, I got a copy of Earthworm Jim. This goes for, the cartridge itself goes for around $20. In the box with, oh, gotta clear my throat. With everything in it, around 30 to 35 bucks. So, again, 367, babe. And that's not an exact price because I had to like divide 15 to 55 and all that stuff. See, you know, what that would be. And it went into it like a little over like it went over like around almost 368. No, it was like whatever. Just believe me. Alright, so anyway, Earthworm Jim. I don't even know why I had to mention that. Earthworm Jim on the Genesis. Here's the cart. It's one of them boxes. I like the cardboard boxes better than the plastic ones. I think this is actually, they did have a plastic one, like one of the clamshell cases, but I think this one's rarer. I also have a Bomberman game with this kind of box too, and I think that's pretty rare too. So that's a nice little addition to the Genesis collection. I have a lot of really good, oh god, Genesis games. So next is the Inbox brand new Game Boy Color, sorry, game, and I thought this was kind of cool. It's like in perfect condition too. I'm very surprised. This is SpongeBob SquarePants Legend of the Lost Spatula. I think this is kind of cool because I used to have this game and play it a lot. So now I have it in box. I think the game itself goes for around like $6 or $7. But in the box, brand new, I have no clue. The last one that sold on eBay was like $22. So I'm assuming around them, but around there, but that was like months ago. So I have no clue what I could sell this for now. And no one's selling it brand new on eBay. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it, but maybe I'll try to sell it. I don't know. I love SpongeBob. I still do. I still do love some of those older episodes, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. All right, next is a PS1 game. This one sadly did not have the front cover, or I guess the manual, I should say, because that's how PS1 games work. But it's still, for the quality of the disc and even the case, what there is of the case, pretty good for $367. This is the original Spyro the Dragon. Probably sell that for around $20 even without the manual. The disc itself, I saw it looked pretty good. Yeah, there's some finger marks, but it was actually, that might be flawless. Yeah, you know, I think that's flawless because I looked at that before. That I thought that was a scratch, but that might just be a smudge. Let me see. No, it's a scratch. All right, so pretty good, good condition, and it does have the rest does say Spyro Dragon. So it is the official case. It just doesn't have the manual. Next is, did I say 6 Saturn games? Alright, I think I did. Alright, so I got 6 Saturn games. So, wait, hold on. Let me count them real quick. 1, 2, 6 Saturn games. 4 N64, that's 10. Alright, sorry for the jump cut. I actually paused the camera just to count and make sure I'm right. I am right, but I actually completely forgot. I actually got 16 games. I just don't have the 16th one. You just have to believe me. I got a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 on the 360. You probably saw that in the video, so you can believe I bought it. I bought it and I traded it to GameStop pretty much immediately. I was going to GameStop later that day. My cousin wanted to trade a bunch of stuff in. I didn't really have anything besides that, so I traded that in and I got like 16 bucks for it. So pretty good, yeah, pretty good. Well, 16 GameStop bucks. So I guess that's probably, when it comes to value, that was the least valuable thing I got. But yeah, there you go. So anyway, let's show off these Saturn games, because this is where well, two very rare games are. Very. Alright, very. So next, or first I should say, is Nights into Dreams, the not for resale edition, which I actually didn't look that up to see if it's actually, like, is that harder to find? It says not for resale. I don't know. I've seen a lot of these, just not in this case. It was in like a long box, like you'll see in the next 5 games. All those are long box Saturn games too. This one is a regular jewel case. The disc is like flawless. I don't know. Maybe this is. I did not even notice that not for resale until right now. But it's flawless. It really is. So maybe it's worth more. Maybe it's worth less. Who knows? But it's really cool to have that anyway. Nights into Dreams is a great game. So cool. There you go. Alright, you know what? I'll save the 2 rarest ones in this batch for last. Okay. First is, or not first, well, I guess first for the long box ones, is Sonic 3D Blast, which is a nice little case right here. It's like a $15, $20 game right there. Nights, if it's the same price, I mean, if it's like not rare compared to the other version, it's around 15, 20 bucks too. Sonic 3D Blast, I would say around 20 for this. Same thing for Nights. So, bam. What does it say? The world famous blue hedgehog is back. There you go. It's a very nice case too. Disc is like, even the case. Look at this, man. This guy took care of his shit. The disc is, I think, flawless for this. No, it is flawless. It just has a lot of fingerprints on it. I don't know if you can tell. My camera's not good with picking that up. Well, it is, but I have to keep the disc at the camera until it focuses, which I'd rather not wait here 10 minutes to fucking, well, not 10 minutes. Like, it'll probably be like 15 seconds for it to focus. I don't have to do that for every disc. Next one is, this one's probably the least valuable one. This one I would say 15 bucks. So maybe not 4 times, like not every game was 4 times. So maybe I jumped the gun when I said that. But this is Virtua Fighter 2 for the Sega Saturn. Of course, one of the most popular games, I think, on the Sega Saturn. That and I guess Virtua Fighter 1. Even though I think that was on something else too. I could be wrong. But it's a nice looking case too. And I think the disc is pretty much flawless. Yeah, pretty much. There's some smudges. So a nice case right there. Next is my girl Lara Croft and Tomb Raider. I guess this one's just called Tomb Raider. This is just Tomb Raider. And this is also a nice case. This one goes for around 15, 20 bucks too, in this kind of condition. There you go. Has a side on each side. Look at that. Bam. You can have it on, you have it in your bookcase on a side. You can have it like this. You can have it like that. Look at that. What other cases do that? I feel like something else does that. I can't think of any, so fuck it. So there you go. Cool. Now, the last 2 games, the big ones, especially if you're a Saturn collector, you're probably like, oh man, you most likely saw them already in the little video earlier. So let's get to it. The first one is Clockwork Night 2 for the Sega Saturn, of course, and it's a long box. It's nice. It's a very nice looking case. It looks good. One thing that is a problem with it is it's broken. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to just take all this stuff out and swap it with one of the nicer looking cases. And I'll probably keep this. I don't have a Saturn. I don't, but it's nice to have a collection, you know, for a Saturn. And That's a nice little title right there. It's Clockwork Night 2. And it does have some scratches, but pretty damn good. You could sell this game. I've seen it go for 50, but I've also seen it go for like 60 bucks. So right there, you can sell that game for around 50 to 60 bucks. So pretty good right there. Clockwork Night 2 for the Sega Saturn. And last but not least, a game that I have seen in really good condition, like flawless condition, and the box looks nice, go for around 80 to 85 bucks. Resident Evil for the Sega Saturn. In this kind of condition, it has a crack on the case. I think the disc is nice looking, but it's not flawless. I could be wrong though. Oh, it's actually kind of close. I don't know. It might be flawless if I just clean that up a little bit. But the disc is nice. The booklet itself has some damage. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Has some damage. But I could just swap that case, and I could probably sell that for a good, like, maybe 70, 75 bucks right there. But I think I might keep that because I have a lot of Resident Evil stuff. And I don't know, maybe I'll go for like a complete Resident Evil collection. You know, maybe not complete. You know, like I'm not going to get those freaking chainsaw controllers. Those are probably like 200 bucks right there. But Resident Evil, there you go. That if you ask me, I don't know, before I start collecting stuff, like maybe I collect stuff back then. Let's say like 6 or 7 years ago, if you told me that the Sega Saturn version of Resident Evil would have been like 70, 75 bucks, I would tell you, you're fucking out of your mind. And back then it probably wasn't. It probably was like 20, 25 bucks. But now it went up. I don't know why. I guess Resident Evil wasn't that popular on Sega Saturn. Well, Sega Saturn wasn't really the most popular system out there either. But yeah, the guy that was selling all these games didn't even have the Sega Saturn out. And she said I was like the first person to look at these games too, which is obvious because if there was any collector out there looking at those games, he would have bought them immediately. Like, especially Resident Evil and Clockwork Night 2 and Snowboard Kids 2. Any of these games really, they would have been bought out easily. And I'm surprised I got there before any of these big, like, we have a lot of retro shops here. Any of these big ones, you know, like we have some retro shops that are really popular around here. Like I have one called Long Island Trading Post, I think, or Video Game Trading Post or whatever, where you go and you can buy stuff or you can trade. It's a cool place, but they go around everywhere looking for stuff at yard sales. And I get it, it's a business, so they have to do that. But I got them this time. This would have been a nice stuff to put in their shop. But it's mine. It's all mine. I can sell one of these games and get my money back, pretty much. I can sell Resident Evil and then make a profit and keep everything else. But what I think I'm going to do is I might I might sell that SpongeBob game and maybe something else and try to get most of my money back. And still have a very nice collection. So that might be my best singular find I've ever had. That was all from one yard sale. This whole episode was from one yard sale. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed the live footage I had too. All 40 seconds of it. 30 to 40 seconds. I don't even know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.